Welcome and thank you for spending this holiday season with 2K Sports as we get ready for the special NBA presentation. Outside Wembanyama, back to Eason. We've had this one circled on our calendars. Two great teams with stars leading the way, Grant.
Oh, B.A., tonight is what the NBA is all about. Elite teams with top-end talent. And that's given this game almost a playoff feel.
Now here's Halliburton. Outside Eason. Fires from deep. Down it goes. And a great assist by Halliburton.
Yeah, smart pass by Halliburton. Drawing the defense in and then kicking it out for a triple.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. And SGA throws it down.
I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
The three from Wembanyama. It's rebounded by Edgecombe. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks. I caught up with the home team's head coach. The conversation quickly turned to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who coach called a problem. He's fast, he's strong, he's smart with the ball, coach said, so our defense is going to be working overtime to keep up with him, but we will keep up with him. Coach thinks his guys are up for the challenge tonight. Brian?
Thank you for that, Allie.
And the defense was right on him there. Nice contest.
Hey, who got him?
Here's Wembanyama. Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
And Wembanyama can dunk it basically just standing up. You gotta keep him out of the paint.
Pass to Embiid. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Now here's Halliburton. Taking a look at his production, averaging just over 8 points a game.
Yeah, great play. Halliburton ferocious with the ball in his hands, using that long frame to his advantage.
Talking about Dorian Finney-Smith, he plays that 3-and-D role so well, RJ.
Yeah, he's one tough dude. Long, athletic, loves that corner three. He has all the tools that teams are looking for.
Dort outside. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
You're not going to fool the officials too often on an illegal screen.
That's a very avoidable turnover. You gotta focus on the details.
Here's Edgecombe. Right now contributing around 10.5 points a game. From deep, SGA. Doesn't go in. 2 for 4 in this game. Pass to Easton. Back to Halliburton. Outside for Dort. Now here's Wembanyama. Gets it to go. That makes him 2 for 3 in this game.
And there were questions about Wembanyama's strength coming into the league. No problem with the contact here.
Now Embiid. Butler up top. Here's SGA. 6 on the shot clock. Fires high post. It's hauled in by Wembanyama.
And he's very confident from that range, but you can't make him all.
Here's Halliburton. Softly drops in the floater.
Yeah, nice effort from Halliburton, working to get that point-blank shot.
They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Embiid can't hit. Back to Wembanyama. And an intentional foul right there.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Substitution for the away team. Number 77.
Now here's Wembanyama. An important role in this offense, averaging around 12.5 per game. He gets it in there.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
So Mark Daigneault will call a timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Both teams making substitutions here. Thompson outside. To snap the cold streak. Edwards pulls it in. And they're pushing it up. And he lobs it up. George with a steal. And here's the fast break. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Oh, look out. Here comes Keldon Johnson going up high and getting creative with the finish.
Adebayo, no good.
So far, rebounding has been a focal point for them.
Vassell with it. Now guarded by Booker. The three ball. Booker with the defensive effort. 1:35 left to play in the first. Outside Edwards. And he drives in. And Edwards slams it in.
Oh my, Edwards looking to demoralize the defense a little with that one.
Vassell outside. Back to Thompson. Pass to Barnes. 5 on the clock. And here is Thompson. George for three. And McDaniels with the rebound. Outside Adebayo. Back to Daniels. Now here's Booker. Here's McDaniels. Brown looking around. The shake. Barnes with the rebound.
I thought he had that all sewn up, but somehow the defense just threw him off.
George with it. Guarded by Adebayo. All by himself. And Brown with the stuff.
Nobody's going to catch Brown in the open court like that. Nobody.
Pass to George. Thompson outside. And a big-time jam as he slams it right over Adebayo.
Oh, I love this guy. Even when they're trailing, he works hard to put on a show.
Hey, that might be just what they need right now. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Up by 7. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
You can really see the strategy coming in. Get the ball into the painted area.
And let me tell you, when you establish a physical edge, it gives you a mental edge too.
That's 3 buckets in a row off assist.
The kick out to Edwards. Fires the 3. Rebounded by Johnson.
Yeah, no, he usually makes you pay from that range.
One thing about Keldon Johnson defensively, it's hard to back him down, Richard.
Yeah, he won't block a ton of shots, but he anchors really well against bigger players. That's why teams would rather attack him in space. I guess Booker wants to play with his food before he eats.
Pass to Vassell. Barnes is Vassell outside. Out to Thompson. Over Adebayo. Thompson, no good. Just over a minute has passed here in the second quarter. And here's Edwards. That one's good from the corner. Edwards has got his second basket of the game.
And this is how confident Edwards is. Feels like he can sink these shots whenever he wants.
Here's McDaniels. Here he goes.
Slams it down with two hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. And so Mark Daigneault will call a timeout. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. A minute and a half gone in the second quarter. Butler with the ball. Kicks it out to Cunningham. Over Booker. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
And they've just built this lead by attacking the boards.
Brown. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thank you, Brian. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander does it all. He said, once I made an emphasis to try to affect the game on both ends of the floor, I have found myself having success. So for me, it's just a want to. Coach Mark Daigneault said he wants to win, and if you want to win, you have to do the invisible things. Back to you guys.
A two-way talent. All right, Allie, thank you. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And stolen by Booker. Oh, Booker in close.
People first think of Booker as an outside shooter, but he does a lot of his work in the lane.
Here's SGA. And in 7 attempts, he's drained 3.
He's someone opposing defenses have a hard time game planning for.
The kick out to Adebayo. Butler with a steal. For 3, Caldwell Pope. Can't get it to go. Missed his first one. Edwards looking for an opening. And Grant, when talking about certain players, we hear expressions like, he does the little things, or he does the dirty work. What does all that mean exactly?
You know, it's about what doesn't show up in the box score. Setting good screens, winning those 50-50 balls, hustling back on defense. Often, it's just as important as putting up those points.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Count it. He's 4 for 8 now.
A tricky cover. Gilgeous-Alexander is a talented finisher inside.
The kick out to Edwards. Adebayo sets a screen. With some arc. Clock at 6. Here's Brown. SGA pulls it in.
He tried to get spicy and totally whiffed, huh? Okay. He's going to be living this one down for at least about a week.
Shot is up. And it's Cunningham missing.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Now Brown. Right now averaging 5.5 a game. To the middle. Adebayo.
What a confident dunk by Adebayo. He knows there's little the defense can do once he's elevated.
And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him.
The home team calls timeout. Gilgeous-Alexander feeling it out a bit. SGA explodes to the rim.
Gilgeous-Alexander lifting off and hammering it down with all he's got.
And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has made the move from star to superstar, Grant.
Well, no question, B.A. He's been a superstar for quite a few seasons now, but he's not satisfied and just continues to elevate his game year after year. And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Yeah, the guard instincts of Gilgeous-Alexander. I mean, fantastic work dishing the rock to uncover teammates.
Thompson, no good.
Well, some trips you get the shot you want, it just doesn't fall. I'd go back to him in that area on the floor.
.46 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Ooh, lots of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws will follow that whistle.
And that's what SGA does. He gets you in an inopportune spot.
And he's good on the second. 44 seconds left in the first half. Shot's good by Thompson.
Good vision by Castle there to find the open man.
And there's a pick. Here's SGA. Ooh, Shai showing no fear inside.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Castle. Now off the inbound. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah, always a threat to blow up. That's what SGA's done tonight.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. And he comes up with a bucket. Williams has got his first basket of the night. And here's SGA. He's got 15. With 1 on the clock. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. And so that's the end of the first half. Up 9. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Here's George. The 3 is up. Adebayo grabs the board. Now here's Booker. And there's the lob. Ooh, Adebayo, a monster jam.
The defense expects Booker to find his own shot, but he gives it away off that pick and roll.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
First team foul.
Outside, Brown. And Brown rising high for the finish.
Such a great athlete, an elite athlete. JB is at his best, in my opinion, when he is attacking the rim.
Mobley on a screen. Here's Doncic. Adebayo grabs the board. Left side, Edwards. Outside, McDaniels. It's Edwards on the wing. 6 points for him. And that one's good.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Yeah, not just an impressive showing on offense, but on defense as well, executing their game plan perfectly.
Butler on the wing. Over McDaniels. Butler can't get it to go.
Not an ideal start to the second half for them. 0 for 3.
Pass to McDaniels. Oh, George with a steal. Butler soars in to cap off the break.
And it took some time, but hopefully getting that make will kind of kickstart, kind of wake them up here in this third quarter after missing their first few shots. Look, when you've made your first 3 shots of the half, I think it's okay for a heat check.
Into the lane. Hauled in by Brown. To the inside. Booker rises up, finishes the lob.
Okay, now it's not talked about often, but he does have a strong vertical. Booker showing us how high he can get. No one there to contest, so he just drops it in like he's at the rec league.
Mobley on a screen. Here's Doncic. No good from the wing.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Edwards, no good. George with it. He's picked up by Edwards. Doncic feeling it out a bit. Shoots over Brown. And that one's long. Right side Adebayo. Kick out to Brown. On the take. Oh, and a dunk by Brown.
Was it just me, or was there a little bit extra on that slam by Brown?
B.A., when he gets the rim in his sights, it's tough to stop.
So aggressive and a determined finisher. Nice. And the bucket is good. Adebayo's got 4 points in the quarter.
And why go away from attacking inside if the D has no answer for you?
So Mark Daigneault will call a timeout. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. Teams deciding to change it up. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third. Cunningham with the ball. No points so far. It's rebounded by George.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
Here's Cunningham. Vassell outside. The shot's good on the assist by Cunningham.
Great setup for Vassell, who does not waste the chances to get off a quick shot.
You look at Devin Vassell. He seems to still be working towards his full potential, RJ.
Yeah, I see many ways that he can continue to up his game. And that's not a knock. You never stop learning in this league. But for Vassell, his potential, oh, it's exciting. The reach of Embiid with his size and wingspan, he's a real threat on the offensive glass.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
And here's Vassell from the arc. Gets the three to fall. Vassell's got 6.
Much more comfortable from deep. Vassell finding that stroke.
And so it's going to be a 3-second violation there on the defense. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And the technical free throw missing that time. They'll retain possession here, however. Here's George. And the jam by George.
Since halftime, they have been efficient and effective, making Coach very happy.
Well, I credit some of that to their communication out on the court. They are attacking as a unit.
Back to Castle. It's Thompson, high post. Oh, he goes back with the dunk right over Joel Embiid.
Flying high, Ausar Thompson. I wish I still had hops like that.
And it's Cunningham missing.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Suggs with the bucket.
Their long-range shooting since halftime has been as